Hi everybody, Ray Hayden here, and this video is about a previous video that I made and the video quality that I was not able to achieve in that particular video. The title of the video is recreational tree climbing. Yes, it is a thing, and it really is. Basically, it has to do with a series of videos that I'm going to be making in the near future about the recreation of recreational tree climbing. But I have a different purpose for it too, not only for the health and well-being of myself, being able to exercise, work out, and be in the best condition I can be. I don't want to live forever. I just want to be as healthy as I can be until the inevitable end. So the video quality on that particular video does not meet my personal requirements for what I need to have in a video. The video quality would not have shown, it was showed blurry. So it was a blurry face of me, lucky you. But these bricks, this whole area right here, the background is for the specific test of this purpose to make sure that we get the best of the best, right? This brick face has detail to it, and you should be able to see it. You should be able to tell that these are glass block window things on the front porch. You should be able to detect the reflection in the window, and you should be able to see through the window to the green area behind it. That's looking through the house, out another window, and seeing the yard beyond that window, right? So I want you to be able to see all that detail, the details of the bricks. There's a little tiny pebble on this thing right here. There's a little pebble there, has a little cat footprint on it. And then there's a video camera that I've been testing for a long time over there in the bottom of the window. So we just do that so that when I'm in my office, I know if anybody shows up to the front door, which nobody ever does. So what I wanted to talk about here was I shot bad video. In that video, you'll see the video, the message comes through, the audio is okay. The message comes through, my point comes through. I'm happy enough with it, but I'm not happy with the quality of the video. And as a professional videographer for over 3 decades, I really demand of myself the ability to be able to shoot video that meets my own personal requirements. And my requirements far exceed the requirements of the clients with which I'm working with. So because of that, that means that because Hayden gives a crap, you will get, basically I was able to keep my clients happy for many, many years. So on that, I was out by the tree and I was shooting a video, and I noticed that like part of my face looked like it was a smudge kind of thing, and it kind of drifted off in a direction. I'm like, what in the world is that? So I figured I had some kind of a problem with the lens maybe, or something like that, in the fact that I go from air conditioning to hot Central Florida environment outside. I figured maybe there was some condensation or moisture within the unit or something that caused a problem. That could have been, I don't know what was going on with that. I also had a problem with the microphone. The microphone would fade in and fade out during the video. I was like, nah, I don't really like that. So I changed the microphone. And the microphone that I used in that video is a different microphone than this one here, because I changed them out. Then the other issue I had is when I plugged my action camera into my computer's USB port, it didn't automatically recognize it and say, hey, would you like to transfer a file? Yes, I would. But that never came up. So I fell back to the old computer days where you turn the power off, pull the battery power or unplug the machine, and then press the power button to make sure that you release any pent up electrical signal anywhere on the circuit board, anywhere in the system, and you clear that out, because whatever bugs are in the system, maybe a soft reboot will work, maybe a hard reboot where you turn it off and then turn it back on will work, and then sometimes you got to shut the power off, yank the plug, clear the any electricity in the system, and then plug it back in, power it back up from scratch. I was hoping that would clear that up. I came back out this morning, a day later or whatever, come out here and shoot some more video, and lo and behold, it's still blurry. So I'm wondering, what in the world did I do wrong? And one of the things that I really loved about the video cameras that I use is they had a very good optical range in zooming. And action cameras and smartphone cameras just don't have that. Unless they come up with some kind of an optical lens that you can attach to your camera, in all honesty, they're really never going to be there, and we're going to have to be dealing with up close, face-to-face personal or distance panoramic type shots. And those will be the kind of things that do best for that. But if you want a real video, like a movie kind of thing, you run a real video, even if it's just showing things how I want to show things, that's how they look. If you were here in person and looked at this wall behind me, That's how it looks. If you look through the window and saw the grass behind there, that's how it looks. That's the way in my type of video, which was litigation support, you have to do it. You can't do any artistic things. You can't do any fancy things. You can't distort the truth. Everything that happened had to be real, true, honest, and forthright. That's the whole name of the game for the type of the video that I shot. And for me personally, that's what I fell in love with. I really want to shoot video that's unfortunately true, good, bad, ugly, whatever, beautiful, whatever have you. That's the way it looks. How it looks on the video is how it looks if you were standing here and you were the camera looking at me and we were having a conversation. That's how everything looks, other than being able to look around and get the three-dimensional aspect of it. So that is the situation I was faced with, and I had to find a way. So what I did is I went through the camera and I said, I'm digitally zoomed in. The camera that I had, the action camera that I had, could zoom in from like the 1, like 0, where you're at, what you get with the action camera, and you could zoom in and make it twice that size, right? Zoom in twice the amount. That's as far as you could get. Unfortunately, that also introduced a fuzzy image quality. So instead of a 4K video image that I thought would be twice as good as this image, which it should have been, it's not. It's not even close. It looks bad, and I don't like it. So going forward, I'll be using the front-facing camera on my video, on my phone, my smartphone, the front-facing camera on my smartphone. It's a mouthful. And that's what I'll be using going forward, because that really is, even though this is the free phone, I mean, I didn't have to go, fancy and go into debt on buying a real expensive phone. This is the free phone that my supplier, that our service provider gives us. That's it. That's all you get. And they give us that phone, and it comes with the camera built right in. It is what you get. But using the software that I use, which is Open Camera. All right, so Open Camera is the application that I use on my smartphone, and it does really great work. It has a VU meter built in. That's so you can tell if your microphone's working at all and how well it's working, and it's a visual indication right there on the screen. Because it's the front-facing camera on my smartphone, I can look at the lens. I know where the lens is. I see the little dot, but I can't imagine it shoots this good a video. But I can also see that I'm in a frame. I can use the rule of thirds, that tic-tac-toe board on there. I can see where I'm at. Like if I want to get the crosshairs, and that's where I want to be, I can do that. I can make sure I hit my mark, make sure I'm within the frame. I can make sure that the audio is working as it should be. I can see the camera settings on the screen. It's a videographer's dream, right? You got everything right in front of you. And plus now, instead of behind the camera, you're in front of the camera. You got the best of every world possible that you can get. It's just to follow it up, make sure after you take it through the editing application and then upload it to YouTube and then view it from YouTube to see what any other end user might be able to see. If you've got the quality you started with, if you were able to maintain it through the system and you were able to get it uploaded and then viewed from your channel, and it still looks as good as you wanted it to look, you're cooking with gas. You've hit the what do they call that? You've hit the master class. Thank you, AI, of being able to do a really quality video the way you want to do it. And that's really where it comes down to the bottom line. So I am going to be going up into the tree canopies. I am going to be doing some video up there, but I am going to have to find a very secure way to mount my camera to be able to do anything I want to do in the tree. But for the first part of the series, I'm going to be doing stuff on the ground level and discussing what I did, how I did it, and why I did it to acquire the equipment that I had to be able to go up into the tree canopies that I will be doing. And I hope that you enjoy that series, especially if you're somebody who likes activities, you like the idea of being able to take care of your own trees and be like an arborist or whatever, and take care of the health and well-being of the trees on your own property. They're your trees, they're your property, and you have to maintain them. And in like Central Florida or all of Florida and the Gulf Coast in general, hurricane season, right? So if you have storms that come through, heavy storms, and you need to make sure that your trees are happy and healthy, it's one way to do it. I want to give the disclaimer up front. I am an absolute amateur. I have spent 1.5 years studying it. I have researching the equipment, the techniques, and now I'm physically learning some of the skills that are involved and putting what I've learned to task actually in the canopy of the tree. And when I get a chance, I'll be sharing some of those videos as I make them as well. All right. But until we get to the next one, this one here is a Creators Helping Creators video on equipment, techniques, what to do, how to do, why to do it. And I will make a video about this particular setup so that you know I really like the most minimalistic package possible. And I really like the high mobility capabilities, and also to be able to get studio quality imagery every chance I possibly can that's always in focus and fine details, all right? So that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like the video, make a comment below, let me know you came by to say hi, and if you haven't already done so, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate the growth on the network, and until I see you in the next video, take care, and So that's going to wrap it up for this one. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like the video, make a comment below, let me know you came by to say hi. And if you haven't already done so, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate the growth on the network, and that's how small YouTubers like myself survive on the network. All right. So until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.